Hello, we're going to be doing a quick tutorial on how to deploy your new website. So let's take a look here. I'm going to read this verbatim. This tutorial will serve as the demonstration on how to unpack, rebrand, customize, and deploy any of our websites. Certain steps in this process can be confusing if this is something you're new to, so I will attempt to keep things as clear and simple as possible. Alright, so let's dive in. Now here are the steps. First, you need to find a domain that you like, okay? Purchase the domain through whatever registrar it is that you'd like to use. Then you need to grab some hosting, okay? And then you need to connect your domain and your hosting. And if you need to look up anything on how to do that, then you just simply go to YouTube. For instance, installing WordPress. Step 3 is that you need to install WordPress. When you get your hosting package, you'll be given a cPanel from which you can go to either quick install or one-click install. Most cPanels now have a quick install for WordPress, right? And these are all things you can look up on YouTube. Very simple to do. And then you need to access your WordPress backend, which we'll start there in a moment. And then you need to install Updraft Plus with Migrator. This is by far the simplest way to do this. You can find that plugin here. And then you just simply unpack your deployment files, and then you can change your password settings, your logo, and everything like that to your liking. We also use, for each of our websites, we use an Elementor drag and drop page builder. So if you need to look up Elementor on YouTube as well, you can do that and make any changes in the world that you see necessary. But this is a phenomenal place to start, and you can choose your own domain, you can choose your own name brand, you can choose your own logo, you can change your settings, your password, everything. Okay, so the sky is the limit, and this is a perfect starting place for you. Okay, so let's go over this here. What's going to happen is you'll have some randomly generated password after you do your quick install from the cPanel for WordPress. So here I've got a password that I'll put in here. Okay. And then you'll have your, your blank WordPress. You'll go over to plugins, add new. And then I'm going to upload my copy of Updraft Plus with Migrator, and then I'll install that. Give this just a few moments here to install this. This is truly a very, very simple way to do this using Updraft Plus with Migrator. And overall, these immediately available for download websites that we're doing are truly genius. I've seen a lot of people attempt to do something like this, and they just don't pull it off in a way that is easy for a newbie to jump in and do. Whereas we set it up super simple. The websites are super simple in and of themselves, and then you can make any customizations that you need to make it your own. Okay, so now we're going to go to Settings, Updraft Plus Backups, and we're going to go to Existing Backups, Upload Backup Files, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go into Luxus Watches. We'll go to Deployment Package, Luxus Files, and every time it'll be 4 zips and 1 GZ file. Okay, so it's always going to be, your deployment package is always going to consist of 5 different items, right? And then you just select those, drag them in, and then they'll upload. And you don't need to worry about changing your username or the website name or your password or anything, because what we're going to do now is overwrite the entire website, okay? And anytime you get a website from us, the password is always going to be aardvark with a capital A 731 exclamation point, exclamation point. Okay, so you'll see here that we'll get a prompt that we were logged out, or it'll log us out or something like that, and we'll have to re-log in, but we'll use the new password, right? Username admin, and then the password is always aardvark731 exclamation point, exclamation point, and that's capital A on aardvark. Okay, so right now what's happening is the website's being deployed on the server, and everything's being overwritten, and the website's basically just being deployed. It's very, very simple, very straightforward, and we're just about done. Give it just a few moments to load up here. Just about finished, and we may see that prompt pop up here in a moment that asks us or informs us that we've been, and if you don't get a prompt, what I always do is before I dive into anything else, I'll refresh, and notice there it said deployment example, and now you'll notice we've been logged out. Okay, so we're going to use the new password. Exclamation point, log in. We've got the wheels working here. And look up here and you will see that it is the new site. It'll have all the plugins, all the user data, even how the back end looks, you know, and then you can save that. You can go in and make the changes that you need to make to the profile, you know, change any plugins or do anything that you need to, but you just watched exactly how to deploy the website on your new WordPress site. All right, so that's it for this one here.